G'day guys, Gary Carmy here, former Australian and Asia Pacific professional boxing champion. I didn't start boxing until I was 26. I had 8 amateur fights before I turned pro within the same year. After that I had 31 pro fights over a 10-year period of stop, go, retire, come out of retirement, whatnot, but I achieved an Australian and an Asia Pacific title, so I've done pretty well considering I started so late at 26. Look, bit of advice for any of you young fighters, you know, looking for any type of inspirational tips when it comes to boxing. What I used to do was, so I was a southpaw, so I'm a lefty. What I taught myself to do was from getting in I got a hairline fracture in my lead punch, my right jab. I got a hairline fracture there. So what that meant was when I was defending in boxing, standing in my southpaw stance like this, every time I'd catch a punch on the elbow, it was like a tennis elbow, it was like overextend. So anybody who knows of this type of injury, it's a killer. So what I taught myself to do was switch. So I taught myself to stand in the orthodox stance, and it predominantly was to catch punches on the left elbow to stop the pain. In boxing, I know you can't just do this, you know, you won't get away with it for too long, switching just to defend, but you know what I mean? What you do is you practice in the gym. Practice when you're sparring, you practice switching, you know, both ways, whichever your stance is. You could be an orthodox, switch to southpaw. Just practice and teach yourself to do it over and over in training. Practice switching on the bag, hit the bag, switch, hit the bag. When you're sparring, do the same. You might have a bit of a smacking in the sparring a little bit. You know, you shouldn't really, if you go okay at boxing, you should hold your own no matter what, but you know, I'd rather get touched a little bit in sparring than in the actual bout. And what will happen is in time, you'll become good in both stances, which will really help you when you're fighting, especially when you're in the corner and you want to move and pivot and get out. You'll know how to pivot both ways just through practicing. You know, I just taught myself this, so there's a little tip for you guys. Happy punching and get into it.